Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Hogs Fury Jump Jet. Now this is a slightly redesigned and downscaled version of a popular model of theirs from a few years back called the Osprey. This is a VTOL, VTOL, which stands for Vertical Takeoff and Landing. It starts out with the props pointed up like this, and so you can take off like a helicopter just standing still, and then you press the button on the transmitter and the wings rotate like that, and now it flies forward like a plane. So pretty cool. And then you can even in the middle of the flight, you can press the button again, the wings rotate back, and then it stops moving forward and starts hovering like a helicopter. And then it has these flaps here on the wings, so when you're in helicopter mode, it can, when you can turn left and right, it moves out one of these flaps that allows it to rotate left and right. However, it just kind of slowly moves forward on its own. There's no way to tell it to fly forward when you're in a helicopter mode. You've just got throttle and turning, so there's no go forward when you're in helicopter mode, so you have to transfer to plane to get it to fly forward. So when you're in helicopter mode, it's pretty vulnerable to the wind. You want to fly this in pretty low winds. However, in plane mode, it can fight a decent bit of wind, maybe 5 to 7 miles an hour. But it's a pretty small little thing, so you definitely don't want to be flying in too high of winds. And then when you're in plane mode, it just uses differential thrust, so it speeds up or slows down one of the props or the other to get it to turn left and right while you're flying. So go ahead and look at the transmitter a little bit closer. So again, this is your throttle on the left, and it's spring loaded, so it will drop back down when you take your hands off. And then you've got left and right turn, and then trim for the left and right turn. And then this is your button to transform there in the middle. So once it lands, I believe the wing kind of automatically resets to helicopter mode in default. So once you land, it should be like that, and then you can just take off. And then when you're ready, you press that transform, and the wing will go forward, and it'll start flying forward. You also charge off the transmitter here, so it's got a little charging cable hidden away in the side there. It takes about 45 minutes to charge, and you get about 6-minute flights or so. And it is 2.4 gigahertz. This is, even though it kind of looks infrared up there, those are just empty pods. This is, intended for outdoor use, so it is 2.4 gigahertz. It's a little bit tricky to fly. You probably, are going to need a couple test flights before you get a feel for it. And it has a pretty wide turn radius. This thing doesn't like to make super tight turns. So you'll want a big field and slow wind, and, just really kind of give it time to make its turn. Kind of be gentle with it. Like, I tend to, with these little 2-channel planes, you just kind of tap on the turn to kind of get it going in the direction you want, and then it'll continue on with that turn. If you just hold the turn, hold the right stick in to turn for too long, it can tend to stall or whatever. So give it some practice, keep up with it, and you should get a feel for it. But there is a little bit of a learning curve to it. Let's see, is there anything else to say about this one? No, looks like that covers it. So I took this out to a pretty nice big field for the flight review, and I had a nice low wind day. However, I did have a little bit of trouble in helicopter mode. It kept basically getting pushed back to me, but then I could transform and fly again. So it's a pretty neat flight video, so let's go check that out. Alright, this is the flight review of the Hogs Fury Jump Jet, vertical takeoff and landing. A little bit of a breeze out today, so it may have some trouble, but we'll see what happens. So first it starts out with the propellers pointed up like that, so it kind of flies like a helicopter and just hovers. Yeah, the wind is immediately pushing it away. So let's transform into plane mode. So now I just press the button and the propellers are moving forward. It's flying into the wind without moving at all. Come on, you can do it. That's kind of funny. I'm not doing too good at fighting the wind right now, but it is a little bit of a breeze out right now. Gives you a good idea how it flies though, and it's just Kind of like flying on a treadmill. Now let's hit transform again, back into helicopter mode, and the wind just pushes it away that way. Yeah, there's no flying forward when you're in helicopter mode. You can just turn left and right, so the wind just pushes it away. Back up a little bit. Yeah, the wind's kicked up pretty good right now. I'd say like 7 miles an hour probably. Let's try to take off again and transform into plane mode real quick. Transform. That's pretty cool when it transforms. Yeah, flying into the wind like that, it's just wanting to get a bunch of elevation. So I gotta keep my throttle just right so it doesn't climb too much. It's flying on a treadmill, just keeping up with the wind just barely. Flying into the wind, just holding its position pretty much. Come back. I think when you land or crash, it transfers back into helicopter mode. So I think it should be. Yeah, it's in a bunch of crap. Bring it back. Yeah, having a little difficulty with this wind. It was calmer when I headed out here, and of course, as soon as I start flying, the wind kicks up. But I think this is still doing a pretty decent job of showing off what it can do. It just uses counter rotation of the props to turn, so it's not a super fast turner or anything. Plane mode right away. Come on, wind, give me a break. Can't really turn with the wind, then it just gets pushed away, so I'm just kind of going back and forth against the wind here. It's getting a little distance. Let's see if I can circle it around. Yeah, there we go. And just sort of give little taps on the turn. You don't want to hold it too long. Helicopter mode. And it just flies away. Plane mode. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. Come back. Come back. Come back. Throttle. Full throttle. Full throttle. Aww. Go back and get it again. Alright, let's give it one more quick little flight. This thing's pretty cool, man. Circle it around while the wind's letting me. And helicopter mode. I'm gonna wind blow it back to me. It's a little crazy in helicopter mode, especially with the wind. Watch out for the tree. Bring it down. There's our landing. Alright, well there you go. I think that was a pretty decent example of what it can do. It wasn't perfect because of the wind, but I think that was a pretty good taste of what it flies like. That is the Hogs Fury Jump Jet. So you can find this one in stores like Toys R Us and Walmart and Target and whatnot, but I'll put some links in the video description if you want to try to get it online, so check that out. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.